few weeks ago, we had the distinguished rock journalist Simon Reynolds on the show talking about how the internet has decimated the music business. A lot of reaction to that. A lot of people said that Simon was wrong. So we have a couple of guys to perhaps rebuke, not rebuke Simon Reynolds. We found a couple of musicians out on the streets of San Francisco, and we dragged them into our studio.
Because the internet has ruined us.
Yeah,
that's why we're on the
this
street.
Is why
really?
We've been ruined.
They can't afford haircuts. They can't afford to shave.
No.
And they are
Sad.
the Stone Foxes, or two members of the Stone Foxes, brothers. They don't look the same, but they are brothers.
Yeah.
Shannon and Spence Koehler. So who's Shannon?
I'm Shannon. Thanks
you
for
must
having
be
us.
Spence, right?
Spence.
So guys, what would you say, one of you, Shannon or Spence, to Simon Reynolds' argument that the internet generally has been pretty bad for musicians?
The internet is the only reason why anybody knows who we are. So Simon, watch your ass. I think it's not. I think. Well, I don't know Simon. I'm sure he's a nice person.
You haven't read his stuff?
Anyway, so the internet.
Musicians don't read, right? They just
Well,
play
I did.
music.
Well, no, we're not schooled. We no. Anyway, so I don't know. I think the internet's crucial for us just because yeah, we have management and a booking agent and a lot of people on our team, but as of right now, we've self-released everything that we have. And so the only way to get things out there is digitally for us. And so the web, Facebook, you know, everything out there that's how we do it.
Spence?
Yeah, it has been kind of a main ingredient in just getting our music out there. The minute you record something now, you can upload it to a website, put it on Facebook on your band page, and it's instantly available for anyone in the world to listen to it. And so that combined with playing shows and word of mouth is kind of how I feel our name has gotten out into the world.
Well, I think Simon Reynolds, I don't want to put words into his mouth, a number of other people, we had Robert Levine on.
Are you defending Simon Reynolds?
I'm doing my best. Is that the internet has made it harder and harder to get deals with the labels, that fewer and fewer up-and-coming bands like your own are getting deals, so they're having to give their stuff away on the internet. They're having to make their money on the road because there's no alternative.
I think he's totally right in the fact that we're. I think bigger bands have lost out on a ton of money for record sales and things like that. I think the internet is definitely most useful for smaller bands who are trying to rise up and get out there. I mean, there's Spotify, who's giving away the music.
Well, they're not giving it, they're selling it.
I guess, for a very small amount. And we'll see how much we get back from that. I'm sure everybody gets a little bit on the back end, but it's not much. And so, but at the same time, all those outlets are letting people hear our music for the first time if they haven't heard it yet. So it's it goes back and forth.
Spence, you're nodding.
So much of getting people out to their first show to see us is just letting them hear the music. And so maybe one of the battles that we have kind of, I wouldn't say surrendered, but like have kind of eased up on is giving a few tracks away for free so that people can hear you, know what you sound like, and with that, then hopefully they'll buy a ticket to the show.
So marketing online then is really critical for guys like you. Right?
Yeah. Well, so we have band page done by Root Music, and we can have our tickets up for sale right next to each show. It has our show listings, and our tickets are right there. That's huge, and then we can do merch through that too. I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, the internet's huge, but getting out on the road is gigantic, and they're totally intertwined too, because when people see you, they come on to the band page and they immediately like you, and when people people are alerted of that, so that just spreads out and out and out. You know, we did Voodoo Festival, we did Outside Lands, DeLuna, Wakarusa, all these things, and so when you're getting in front of those big audiences for the first time, that's immediately people start going to those places or to YouTube, and they pop up and they see those things, and tickets are for sale everywhere, and so people can make sure that they go and
also,
see the next show.
Something that's kind of cool, that's fun for us to watch is at a festival, if somebody is loving the band that they're seeing, they're going to tweet or post on their Facebook page, and immediately that gets sent out to all their friends. And if you're at a big festival setting, if one show is really going off and everybody's loving it, and the people there are tweeting to their friends that are on the other side of the festival, that's going to draw people over to see that show. And
so social media is really important. Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah. Well, like for instance, I just have a new stalker, which is super creepy. And
oh, you do?
Yeah, and so
male or female?
Female.
That must be awful.
It's terrible. Well, actually, it is kind of odd. But she's probably a super nice lady. But it is interesting to go to Facebook and then it's like, oh, Shannon, you're wonderful. Oh, the band's okay too, but oh, Shannon, this and this, and then they make fun of me all the time in the van, and then she finds me on Facebook, and then she messages me. So it can be helpful, but it can also cause personal angst.
Well, you seem very angst-ridden.
You have to know where to set up your privacy wall.
Can there be privacy, though, for musicians like yourselves in the public eye in the digital age?
I feel like there are people who do better and worse jobs of it. Well, just
How's your private life?
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about big, big musicians.
I thought you were big. I wouldn't have had you on the show if you weren't.
Well, I try to limit. When fans like add me or whatever on Facebook after a show or something, I'm pretty reluctant to be like, yeah, hey, come check out everything that I'm doing in my life. I would like try to.
Don't you want to share that with the world?
No.
Fine.
And what about BAM TV? I know you guys are doing quite a lot with BAM TV.
They're a cool San Francisco-based company that for bands is really useful because they offer free video. You go into their studio and they'll tape a performance and they upload it straight to their site, and it's another great way for bands to get video content on the web.
Okay, so your business model is get the word out, get out on YouTube, get out on Twitter and on Facebook, spread the word, and all your revenue is derived through gigs. Is that right?
Well, through gigs, but I mean, we also do. We do sell. We have a partner, IOTA, who's our online distribution, which is awesome, and they give us all kinds of deals with. We're on all the digital sites and through iTunes and stuff like that. So we get sales from online stuff too, and putting our merch up online. But the main revenue is.
Are you making a living? I mean, are you able to?
Yeah, when we're on tour, we're
afford your rent and food.
On tour, we can. Yeah.
But not when you're in San Francisco.
Do you have any plants you need potting?
Well, you got a big audience out there.
Yeah. So when we come home, we have jobs here in the city that we.
So it doesn't support you.
You can't come off the road and sit around the house for a month on the money.
How many concerts do you give a year?
What did we do this year?
I think this summer, we just finished about 5 months of touring, pretty solid all summer long, and I think that was close to 150 shows.
Probably this year, yeah.
What kind of life is that, though, this continual being on the road because you can't sell records?
It's interesting. It's really fun to play shows, but not being home is weird. And if you got families or loved ones back home, that really strains those relationships. But
imagine this: you wake up, and there's a foul stench in the air because you're in a Motel 6 room with 5 dudes.
Oh my God!
You've woken up there, and so then you arise, and then you get in a van that is a Chevy Express. It looks like a maple bar. It's brown, and you travel about 6 hours to your next gig. It's probably a super awesome gig. Most of the time they're really great. Sometimes you hit a dive bar and it happens. And then you get up and you wind up and you thrash around for a little bit, and then you crash out, and then you repeat every day. So that's sort of life. But it can be really fun, and you get sort of in this cycle of
What's your
ebbs and
ambition
flows.
then? What's the best thing that could happen to you now as a band?
Well, I suppose some great album, I don't know, bust through like pop charts and you sell a bunch and you get to play. I think we all do it because we love playing for people who love the music. It's what makes me excited about playing music is feeling the energy that comes back from an audience when you're putting out everything that you can give, and there's this kind of cyclical flow of energy just builds, and that's when a really good show feels awesome.
When Spence does this, he'll play guitar when he does this. Like he'll strum like this. Then you know it's probably a pretty good show.
That's it.
He gets kind of into this. You do this weird thing with your lips.
Oh, you do a lot of funny things with
I
your
don't.
lips too.
My face is normal.
Well, speaking of lips, I want to thank both of you, Shannon and Spence Koehler of the
Stone Foxes.
The Stone Foxes, I almost said Stone Roses. Stone Foxes for appearing on TechCrunch TV, and I want to wish you the best of luck on the road. Hope you get to stay in some hotels better than a Motel 6.
We do.
Thank you
very
so much.
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.